And I hope they never bring mercenaries to POE2. We already have the mercenary in POE2. It is a class. Don't give them to me as a fucking minion that is following you around. Hey guys, I have this video here that is called the worst PoE league yet. God Gamer on the state of PoE 326, and this is a clip of Quin talking about how he perceives the launch of 326 and his review on the league. I wanted to talk about this, but I was waiting on an edit because I saw this live on his stream and he ranted about this and fucked with chat about this for like 3 hours. And I was like, there is no way in hell I can compile this to take it to the voice. But apparently, Path of Exile 1 clips in here took out like the summarization of it and put it out here for us. So we are going to look at it, dude.
Okay, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do, chat. I need to think about what I want to do. Do I want to double down and do an Uber killing build, or do I want to...
When he does this, is because he's bored. Dude, over 60% of you are not subscribed. Why are you like this? Just click the sub button, dude. It is quick, it is easy, it is free. You get content, I get a sub, win-win situation. Just click the sub button, my dude. So, I don't know if this is a game problem or if this is a him problem. And I am not saying it is either. I am actually questioning it, you know. When he says this, I watch a lot of Quin. So when he says this, it's because he's bored. So at this point, he was probably bored. He's trying to figure out if he wants to keep playing the game or whatever. So I don't know if that is because he's growing detached from POE2 and wants to play other things, or if it is that he wants to play POE, but the game is not providing him with what he's looking for, you know. So it depends. It depends.
Just be like, all right, GG. I don't know. I'm happy with that. It was fun building this character. It was fun doing the end game, and we did all the new bosses. I would rate the new bosses as...
From the 3 new bosses, I have done 1 because I have not gone super hard in the new memory threads. In fact, I started again with a... My league starter was the Righteous Fire Chieftain, but now I switch it up to a Lacerate Gladiator. I am like level 70 something, building up the character basically. But from the 3 new bosses, the one that I fought, which is the first one that you fight, it was really cool, dude. I liked it a lot. In my opinion, it is a really cool boss. Honestly, maybe the other 2 suck, and that is why his opinion overall is like that. I don't know yet.
Bro, I'm not a fan of any of them. I'm not a fan of any of them. I think they're all. I mean, maybe I'll appreciate them more as I do them more or some shit. But dude, I mean, I don't know. And I don't like the memory mechanic at all. I don't like the memory mechanic. I think it's like this shit here. The reason I don't like it is because of the fact.
Ooh, there is one boss that has a memory mechanic. I'll be honest. I usually dislike memory mechanic in bosses. And it is not because I can't memorize the pattern. I can, but when I am fighting a boss, that is not what I want to be doing, right? So I know that the Maven has a memory mechanic where we can do it, whatever the fuck. But I think it is cheesy. It is like, why are you doing this? It is like you run out of ideas to put mechanics in bosses and you are doing a memory mechanic to fuck me in the ass, right? It is not that you can't do it. It is that it is annoying and it is not fun. There are memory games that I play outside of PoE because I want to play a memory game. When I am playing PoE and fighting bosses, that is not what I'm looking for.
That I don't like clicking the rose actives because I'm lazy. Right, I'm lazy. And then I fucking hate T17 mods. Overall, I'd rate this expansion probably the worst expansion I've played in Path of Exile history. For sure.
Dude, hey, he has played a lot of expansions. This is my first ever, not only expansion, but league overall for PoE, and I am having tons of fun. I think it's great. But again, I don't have context, right, with past expansions. So, hey, I can't contradict him on this. Maybe you guys, if you have played past expansions, you can say if this one is the worst or how this one stacks up against others, you know.
Out of all the expansions. Now, in terms of the state of the game's in a great spot. I mean, I think, albeit in a little bit, it's obviously, I think it's a bit overtuned. I think the fucking Atlas passives are insane. The amount of juice
I do think the game is in a great spot, and POE2 is also in a great spot, which means the overall POE ecosystem is in a great spot. The thing is, and this is what he was discussing in the stream for about 3 hours, are the player numbers. Although POE2 and POE1 are both in a great spot game-wise, the numbers are not all there, but I think that the numbers will come with time as the games keep progressing and everything will be fine. I am really optimistic about the future of Path of Exile as a whole. And I do think that what I have played so far in POE1 is really good. Of course, always you can complain about something. And POE2 right now is in its best state ever. The thing is that not many people are playing it because we are in the downswing waiting for the new league, right?
That's going on, and the amount of builds that are broken is just crazy. But like, if you just ignore that and just play ethical shit, it's actually in a really, really good state, which is cool as fuck. But yeah, I want to say, the mercenaries mechanic.
How's the trail?
Dog shit balancing, like complete ass balancing. It's really shit for hardcore. For softcore, I think mercenaries are cool.
Even for softcore, you think about fighting the mercenaries because you are going to lose experience when you die, right? Even playing on softcore, it is a pain in the ass. And you have to check them all the time because they can offer good rewards. I got like 4 divines from one mercenary. It was really fucking cool. But if you check them and don't fight them, you lose renown with the mercenaries and then you don't get those cool mercenaries. So you have to fight them. It is a pain in the ass, dude, because they are overtuned. They can kill you and you lose a bunch of experience. I told you guys when they announced the league that I dislike mercenaries as a mechanic in every game. Since I played it for the first time in Diablo 2, I have never liked the mercenaries mechanic. I disliked it in Diablo 2 and I disliked it in Diablo 3. Then in Diablo 4, they implemented them with the Vessel of Hatred expansion. And although I still don't like the mercenary mechanics, so far, they nailed the mercenaries, to be honest. In Diablo 4, they nailed the mercenaries. They are cool characters. They have backstories. They have cool abilities. The way they level up and you select the abilities and all of that, it is really cool. It is not intrusive. You feel like you are doing something. Now we come to 326, Path of Exile 1, Mercenaries League. Again, I think they did a nice enough job with mercenaries. Not as stupid and plain and boring as Diablo 2. And I know, hey, he's talking shit about Diablo 2. No, I am talking shit about only mercenaries. Diablo 2 is awesome overall. And it is a good system when you fight them. That is the part that I like about mercenaries in POE2. When you go to fight them, ignoring the balancing issues, let's assume they are not unbalanced as fuck. And you can select, well, I can hire this dude, I can take an item from them, and I can exile them so they don't come back, and I can go and look to other guys. And then you have a renown system so you can find bigger and better mercenaries. That part, I really liked it. It is the best one out of any mercenary system. Now, having the mercenary on your side when it is the same shit as in Diablo 2. No, they have gems and they have support gems. So it is the same shit and you equip them and that's boring. I don't want to do that. That part I really, really dislike, dude. So, the part where you fight them is awesome. The part where they fight with you is stupid. So, I don't think this is going to become a core part of the game, but if it does, don't make it so that they are on your side. Just leave it as a mechanic that you farm. Like if you would be farming, I don't know, Bestiary or Betrayal or something like that. You farm mercenaries, but they don't come fight for you. That is how I would like it if they want to make it core. But please don't, mercenaries. Like the idea of mercenaries to me, it sucks. And I hope they never bring mercenaries to POE2. We already have the mercenary in POE2. It is a class. Don't give them to me as a fucking minion that is following you around.
Cool and fun. I absolutely do not want to see this shit going core. Fuck this shit going core ever.
He's saying it with harsher words, but the same sentiment as what I was saying.
Fuck this going core ever.
Am I not
And I'd
strong
rate the
enough as I
mercenaries
am?
mechanic as a solid, like, it was a fun one-off thing to have a guy and use items on him and stuff, but the idea that we would have a merc running around with us 24/7 and just using abilities and creating visual pollution and shit, like, fuck that.
Based as fuck. I also hate that. But he didn't mention the part where you fight them. I think it is because they are too unbalanced and he just avoids them to not die because he's playing hardcore. But that, if they balance the damage and you don't actually die every time that you fight them, fighting them can be cool. The part that sucks for me is where they are following you around and then you have to think about the build and the aura bot or what you are doing. Now, fuck that. That is boring. I don't want a mercenary following me around. Base, Quin in here.
It's not core.
You can see that he's boarding here.
No, it'd be a terrible thing to put core. I get, so you guys are a low IQ and you're like, no, I want it core because it gives me immense power. So that way they should leave it in the game.
Fuck that.
It's like, yes, it's nice to have cookies, right? And like, yes, you could eat cookies all the time, but guess what? You're gonna become fat as fuck. Okay, sometimes it's like
it is fine for this league, and that's it. We enjoyed it, we experimented, it was cool. Next league, we move on to something else.
That's what's gonna happen. If GG just keep giving us cookies, game becomes bloated and dog shit.
True. And that is what I don't want to happen in POE2, by the way.
Okay. I'll be honest, this is a really toxic vibe. I don't like this at all. This makes me want to play something else, actually. Like, just like this chat, like this cancer-ass fucking shit of like trying to do some reverse psychology shit. I don't know what the fuck this is. That's cancer as fuck. You guys have been complaining about PoE for the last, I don't know how many days as well.
I was noticing this in other places, not actually in my comments or in my chat when I stream, but in like when I am watching videos or something, I have seen in comments a lot the sentiment. Some people saying that the league is a success, some other people saying that the league is a failure. There is like a division even within the same POE1 community, right? And even when you bring it broader to the whole POE community and you bring in the POE2 people, that then it becomes a clusterfuck because there is a people that I can't believe they diverted assets from POE2 to POE1 for this shit league, and the other people saying I can't believe this league is not better because they were focusing on POE2. And then within the same POE1 community, no, this league is a banger, no, this league sucks. It is how Quin is saying here, not everywhere, not all the time, not every Path of Exile player, but there are spaces where there is a lot of conflict and toxicity about it. My opinion is, as always, people are free to give their opinion. I don't think it is toxic to just say that you think it sucks or not sucks. It becomes toxic when you start attacking people, like all the POE2 players suck dick, for example, or you attack the developers personally. That is when it becomes toxic. But just expressing that you are disappointed or you are happy, that is not toxic. But I understand where Quin is coming in here because I have seen it in certain places, but not all the time and not in every place. In fact, my comments have been awesome regarding this.
By the way, let's not get it twisted. You've been complaining about PoE. Complaining so hard. Which is like, fuck.
Okay, that was a 3 minute and a half extract of what he was saying. But I remember, and if you guys want, you can check his VOD. I was hoping they released like an edited version for his YouTube channel, and I wanted to watch that. But I was checking, and the editor didn't come through. He didn't upload the video, dude. Because he ranted for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. He fought with chat. They were talking about the numbers of the league, if the league was successful or it wasn't successful, comparing it to other leagues. And I believe that whole conversation is good because they also discussed a topic that I believe it is really important. I am going to make a separate video entirely focused on that, which is talking about the whole PoE burnout. And he thinks that maybe a lot of people are just burned out of PoE because they were playing POE2, then POE1, then POE2. And at one point they just want to rest. They don't come back for the league, and that reflects in the numbers. People are burned out of PoE in general because of POE2. That is what the argument he was trying to say, that I was thinking the league was going to be bigger because of POE2, because a lot of players were going to come through. But his reasoning is that no, because they are too focused on POE2, they don't want to come back to POE1 because of burnout or because they only want to play POE2 and they are waiting for the other league, and that is why the numbers were reflected in him. So that is a nice conversation to have. That is what I actually wanted to talk about, but I am going to do a separate video about that. Regarding this, again, I don't have context to compare this league to other leagues or expansion. It is not necessarily a league because it is an actual expansion because of the memory threads. And I think, to me, it is fun. To me, it is cool, right? But I understand that for some PoE veterans, it is not as cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys have played expansions launch before, how do you think it compares? And not necessarily in terms of numbers, because we can go and look at the numbers, but in terms of how do you think the game is, right? Is this a cool league mechanic, a cool expansion with the memory threads, the new bosses, or do you think there are other expansions that have been better overall for you, and the hype and how you felt and the fun and all of that? That is the part I'm most interested in, because the numbers are just numbers and we can look at them at every moment. So yes, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you playing right now? Are you enjoying it? Are you just waiting for new info, for new content in POE2? What is going on? I love reading comments and I want to know everything, dude. And yes, I know there is more video in here, but the only part that I was interested in was the Quin part, talking about the league, the expansion and the league and his take about it, you know. So yes, guys, let me know everything that you think in the comments below. What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? Let me know everything, dude. I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also, remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. God bless you. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.